Dear Judge Fisher, I have received Mr. Mark Randazza's April 25th, 2023 ex parte correspondence following the April 10th, 2023 hearing. It's not an ex parte correspondence, you fucking idiot. It was filed. I believe it was served to you, but it was filed in a public court. It's a public correspondence. The letter is a complaint concerning how I characterized, it's immediately present. This is the weaselness of David Schneider. He knows he's been fucking caught and called out. So he's got to try and mitigate. How I characterized the last video presented to the court without objection by Mr. Randazza. It is a simple continuation of his argument at hearing, and it is a complaint that he left out that I am unethical. You are unethical. Your unethicalness is plainly apparent to anybody watching. As to describing, notice characterizing and describing, right? So he's trying to mitigate the fact that he fucking lied to the court. He threatened to rape me. Well, I characterized it as a rape threat. I described it as a rape threat. Those weren't true characterizations or descriptions. As to describing the words used by Mr. Rekieta as threats to rape me and my client, I used those terms so I didn't have to state in open court that Mr. Rekieta, quote, is going to fuck my ass in court. In court, you fucking loser. In court, you fucking loser, liar, unethical, piece of garbage, David Schneider of Schneider Madsen, Wilmer, Minnesota. In court kind of mitigates your entire point, you fucking liar. You lying fat fuck. You piece of shit. Garbage attorney who will go before the tribunal and fucking lie. Who will violate his ethical obligation of candor to the court willingly, openly, and then fist himself rather than fessing up. Fuck you, you piece of garbage. I can't wait till this suit is over. I can't wait to have a cordial meeting with you. And be like, why are you such a fucking loser? Why are you such an unethical piece of garbage? Why are you like this? What motivated you to be like this? Because I bet you're fucking wrong. Whatever you think about me is probably based on bullshit. And I would love to talk to you about it. Because you know what? Here's the kind of guy I am. I'll still buy you a beer and forgive you. Even for being a fucking loser like you're being right now. But I will not mitigate my speech. I will not apologize. I will not back down from a fucking fight. Fuck you straight into eternity. And yes, that is a genuine bona fide rape threat for literally all of time, you dumb retard. Maybe it's you who has Down syndrome. I don't know. But fuck you. Fuck you sincerely for this shit. As you sit here and try and capitulate to the court. Well, my description of the words, so I didn't want to say fuck my ass in court. I didn't want to say that. So I said rape threat, which is a criminal act, you fat fucking piece of shit. By that way, your picture on your website is a fucking lie. Why don't you take a current picture? You embarrassment to manhood, to masculinity. You embarrassment to self-discipline. Why don't you do that? I saw you the other day. You look like a pathetic loser. Still. And fuck you twice for that. What a sham you are. And I can't believe you act like this. Walking in front of the court and lying about something and then trying to weasel your way out of it. I didn't want to say fuck my ass in court. Why didn't you say threaten to rape me in court? Just say that then. Why'd you leave off the in court, you disingenuous loser? Oh, because you're a liar. Because you're dishonest. Because you're violating your ethical rules constantly. Oh, I can't wait for the next part. I have another rant saved up for you. I've stored it up like a second round of semen for my obvious rape threat, you idiot. And other vulgar threats. The video speaks for itself. That's it. Why'd you lie about it then? Mr. Rekieta's offensive commentary goes beyond what I stated to the court. Does it? Really? You said I committed a criminal act. You said I threatened to rape you. A felony in Minnesota to make a threat of rape, by the way. Just so we're clear. My commentary, it's commentary now, goes beyond a felony. Okay, sure. What does that mean? What is that? Thus, I respectfully request the court to strike Mr. Randazza's April 25, 2023 correspondence. To the extent this letter is an attempt to continue the argument at hearing, it isn't, by the way. I recall Mr. Randazza requesting additional time to argue. I also recall the court specifically telling him, no, you may not. Thus, I respectfully request the court to strike Mr. Randazza's April 25, 2023 correspondence. Why are you requesting the strike? What are you worried about? Are you worried that it's not further argument, but rather a poignant exemplification of your misrepresentation? You scared that the court might recognize that you lied, that you had to admit, you admitted in this letter that you lied. You just didn't say it in so many words. You said it in many more words and trying to hide it behind a weasel that would be properly placed in Richard Gere's asshole rather than a letter. But that's how you're trying to couch this. To the extent I acted unethically, this is the most bullshit. Besides what's been said already, wait for the most bullshit paragraph of this fucking letter because it's the last one. Listen to this. To the extent I acted unethically. Oh, did you act unethically? Did you? Because you just admitted to the extent that you did. A complaint against Mr. Rekieta is already before the Office of Lawyers' Professional Responsibility. And the subject video has also been presented to Mr. Timothy Burke, the office director. Hey, Tim, how you doing? I didn't want to use your name in court, but Schneider did, or on video, but Schneider did. So how's it going, Tim Burke? How you doing, brother? He put it in the public filing. Yeah. Listen to this faggotry, Tim. Listen to this. Because this is how you shit out of your own mouth and then try and eat it back. That's what Schneider's doing. And he's still being a fucking cunt, by the way. But listen to this. Because Mr. Burke's investigation into that matter will surely include my words used to describe Mr. Rekieta, I believe the proper forum to resolve ethical concerns lies with Mr. Burke. No. This is faggot bullshit right here. Let's be very fucking clear. Schneider has a complaint against me. I have not yet filed a complaint against Schneider for the multiple unethical acts that he has conducted within the scope of litigation. Be very, very fucking clear. Schneider has acted unethically to the court. His complaint about me is for protected free speech during my broadcast while represented by another party. That's his complaint about me. His complaint about me is protected First Amendment activity, which, by the way, I've sent all of the information to verify all of that to the ethics board. And I can't wait for them to respond on that one because they've already indicated that this will be resolved very quickly once they got the information that I sent. Because Schneider lied. Frankly, just lied about it. But that being said, the complaint is against me. So no, the ethics board is not investigating David Schneider's unethical activity, and he knows it. He's lying to the court again. He's lying to the court again. I think the proper place to deal with my unethical conduct is in the complaint against Nick. Is it? Well, I guess I'll have to submit this letter to Mr. Timothy Burke and say I was planning on filing as soon as Schneider got done breaking the rules and I could compile all of them. I was planning on them. But here, Mr. Schneider has invited you to take a look at his own conduct, in which he has admitted multiple times to the court that he has lied to the court, including this one. And this fucking loser can eat those fucking words. And only you, Mr. Burke, can make him do it. Unless the court does, because the court can too. But this is a lie. Schneider knows this is a lie. Schneider also knows that even if his lie were true, both the ethics board and the judge can discipline Schneider for his unethical conduct. Both of them can. But fuck you, Schneider. Lying to the tribunal, lying to the ethics board. I can't wait. Once you're done doing this and you've conducted the last unethical act, that's when I get to compile all of them together. And most of the lies are already on record because you sent them in, you fucking idiot. The one person here who's not acted unethically, or one party, I guess, me and Randazza, who's been exceedingly courteous to you. I might have to have a talk with him about that. He's been exceedingly fucking courteous to you. I would not be. I'd be making motions for sanctions, and I'd be fucking your ass in court right now. Literally, not figuratively, actually pulling your pants down, not lubing up, and raping you in court, because that's how you're going to interpret that, you fucking idiot. You dumb motherfucker. If it's not clear, that's obviously a hyperbolic joke. But Jesus Christ, you're so goddamn dense, I don't know if you can get that. But if it were me in this action, every one of these fucking things would already be a motion for sanctions. There'd be like 5 motions for sanctions now against you. Because if you're going to be a vindictive piece of shit, so will I. But you started it. Remember that, Dave. My phone call and message to you was absurdly professional and polite. Hey, Dave, it's Christmas and New Year's time. It's really hard to get counsel at this point in time. All I'm asking is for a 30-day extension to the end of January. Look, I don't want to unnecessarily delay this, and I don't want to make this into a circus act by just broadcasting everything and self-representing. I would like to hire a competent attorney in defamation to deal with this professionally, because I think that's what's merited here. If you could call me back, I'd appreciate it. Let me know on the extension as a courtesy. Thank you. Click. Oh, wait, I left out one part of that voicemail. I will send you a follow-up email just in case you don't get the voicemail that memorializes this conversation with the same request for a 30-day extension. Because that's how I acted when I was self-represented. Like a professional, like an attorney. The thing you lied about. And only when you acted like a bitch did I get inflammatory. Remember that, Dave. There's a record of that. That exists. And that's the facts. The fact that you turn this into a circus will forever be on you. The fact that you acted like a bitch will forever be on you. The fact that you acted unprofessional, cried and kvetched and bitched and faggoted it up, that's on you, buddy. was never on me. You did that. But I got represented, tried to tell you about it, but you didn't want to listen. And then you whined to the court about default. But the reality is, you had no grounds to whine to the court about default. You had to admit to the court that you just ignored my conversations when you thought I was counsel. By the way, that's unethical. You had to admit to the court that you don't even know if your client lives in Illinois. You just didn't think it was relevant at all. You didn't do your due diligence. You may have lied to the court and refused to correct it. Can't substantiate it. Oh, and all the evidence you presented that he might live in Illinois is all bogus. You had to admit to that. Now you're having to admit that you misrepresented what I said on a video that you sent into the court, hoping they just wouldn't watch it. Hoping they'd watch past the obvious indicator of in court. Oh, let's not mention all of the shit in your complaint that's fucking fake. Let's not mention any of that shit. Let's not mention where you just left off the part where I said this is obviously a joke about being the ADA assigned retard. One of the funniest jokes I've ever said, in my humble opinion, but also one of the most obvious jokes on the fucking planet. Because I don't know who thinks the ADA actually assigns a professional government issued retard to someone. But if they did, you would be the first to know because you'd be in the fucking pool of assignees. So you know that's not true. You know it was a joke. You put it in there anyway, but you lied. You lied. That's the theme of this entire case. You lied. You know who hasn't lied? Me. You know who's owned up to every fucking thing said? Me. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you. First Amendment. Protected speech. Because it's just a fucking opinion or it's true. And the scary thing Monty has to worry about is the things I said that are true. Because Monty's a fucking creep, dude. You represent a creep. You represent the worst of society. And not in the noble endeavor of defending them against government, but in the gross endeavor of trying to employ government to allow a creep to perpetuate unlawful acts on normal people over and over again with your cum shot blessing all over his fucking face that he can rub in and try and get rid of the bags under his eyes. That's what you do, David. Just like your dad, you're trying to shut down speech. Like when your dad pathetically censored the drive-in movie theater like a fucking beta cuck bitch that he was against speech, art, and expression. When he censored the drive-in movie theater from showing movies that were offensive. You told me in private that your dad would have rolled over in his grave now because he would have defended freedom now. Then why didn't his son? Why doesn't his son defend freedom now? Instead, his son acts like the same censorious piece of garbage that the dad was. Prove me wrong. You fucking loser. You disgrace to attorneys. You disgrace to the profession. You disgrace to your oath to the Constitution. Some of us believe it. Others just say it for a paycheck. You're the loser who says it, hoping to swindle some non-English speaking illegal immigrant into a workers' comp insurance claim against a big company because you can't litigate. Fuck you. Sincerely.